Hey everybody, it is I, the Bearded Prophet. I wanted to post a video today because I wanted to talk about why I am here on this page, why I've created this page. A lot of you may know that, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago or so, I launched a positivity movement and campaign. It's something that I've been kind of thinking about for a long time. It's something that I really feel passionate about, and what it really comes down to is I've been feeling like we need to reprioritize ourselves. I felt like things such as, reality shows of what we're seeing and what's being fed to us constantly is like, this is what the upper class lives like. And if you're not doing this, then you don't really matter. You don't have a purpose. And in order to be successful, you need to attain this, you need to attain that. And it's all these things that are being fed to us that it really has a heavy impact on us, I feel like. And now I'm not saying that you need to, get rid of, boycott, watching any reality television shows or not utilize them for the entertainment that they're meant for and so forth. But what it really comes down to is we need to prioritize ourselves and not compare ourselves to other things. Now, this rolls over into, even the use of social media. It really, when we see all these things that are like the highlight reels, basically, of all these people, our friends lists and the various things that we subscribe to, it kind of makes us look back and being like, well, I don't feel like I'm as happy as these people are. I don't feel like I have enough to be able to post all those types of things in my life. And it really can have a negative impact on us. And then we lose track of what we're really here for and where our happiness comes from and what we want to do with ourselves and with our lives. So I wanted to refocus. I wanted to come up with different ways that we can kind of go about this in a different way. I've kind of have taken a jump into like quantum mechanics and quantum physics, and it talks about the wiring of the brain and things that we're accustomed to and things that we may have experienced or even things we may have been traumatized by that causes us to act, think, and work in a certain way. Now, that may not be the most healthy way of going about things. So there are ways that we can retrain ourselves. And that was the main concept behind this initially. And it still is the main concept, but now we are in a time that we've never really experienced before. And we're going through this coronavirus situation and being at stay at home, and a lot of people are not able to go to work, and people are losing jobs, and businesses are going to end up closing down, and this could be a very, very difficult time that we are on the brink of. So we can turn this into a positive. We can turn this around. What better timing than now when we're kind of being forced to be confined and we're not out there in the rest of the world, and we're turning more to social media and so forth, which obviously I'm doing here right now, but we can do this in a good, healthy way, and we can learn more about ourselves. We can dive deep into what we really want in life, because Lord knows it, we've got the time right now. Now, I am actually in a business that is an essential part of day-to-day life, such as keeping things safe, keeping an environment safe. And so my business is still able to stay open as of right now. But I still want to put a lot of effort into this. And I want to dive deep, and I want to take as many people along with me as possible. But this isn't about me. Now, yes, I'm going to be starting this journey, and I am doing this for myself, and I want to use it as an example. But I want others to come along with me, and I want them to take others with them. And I want this to become a very big journey for everybody. This is something of huge importance to me. So I'm putting in a lot of effort. I've been doing a lot of studying. I am going to, I'm actually producing a podcast, which will be coming out shortly. And I am going to be going through some of my own experiences. And I'm going to be opening it up to getting input and feedback from others. And I'm going to be putting up a lot of inspirational quotes, some that are just my own saying, some things that I have heard that I'm just passing on, some things that I've kind of lived by for my entire life. But I'm doing this because I want to share this, and I want to spread it with as many people as I possibly can. Now, I do have some ultimate goals that I want to accomplish through this, which is going to be in the far future. But for right now, I'm trying to get this ball rolling even more so, and I'm trying to gather as many of us as possible, because this is something I want us all to do together. It's a movement. It is something that we can all get on board on, and we can help each other along the way. I think right now coming together and being each other's support system is so important, especially right now from the trying times that we're going through, for lack of better terms. And we will get through this. Now, life may change at this point from what we knew before within recent years, or even just a couple of weeks ago. It may not go back to the way it was. So I'm kind of looking at this as almost like, okay, let's do this as a fresh start. Let's figure out where happiness comes from for each of us as individuals. Let's help each other get there. Let's support each other in the things that do make us happy. We're going to go into much, much more detail about all of this, but for right now, something of concern for me is the fact that with all of us being put into stay-at-home orders, it's going to get lonely. There's no easy way of really putting that. Now, I live alone. It's just me and my dog Legend, my good little man and my best little man. But I do live alone. So I'm trying not to go out as much as possible. Yes, at work, I do have, communication and contact with people in that sense, even though we're keeping our distances and I'm not letting people inside my retail store, or we're doing curbside assistance and all that. But I'm talking about intimate, and fellowship, I guess you can call it, and just contact with people. So as we're for weeks on end at this point, having to be confined into our living spaces for the most part, we can start feeling down. That's something that not a lot of people are really talking about, but it can induce like a form of depression. It can really get us before we even realize it. It's going to cause us to be easily lazy because we have reason to not go out because we can't go out. But it can really have an impact, and that's something I'm concerned with. And so I want to nip it in the bud. I want to stop that from occurring now, and I want us to just push forward and open up a whole new a way of looking at things, and a fresh start that we're going to be able to really come out of this stronger than ever before, but excited more than ever before. That's the key. I want us all to become excited about life again, and I want us to appreciate each other. I want us to appreciate ourselves, and we can't appreciate others if we don't even appreciate ourselves. So we're going to dive in deep, and I really hope that you guys come along. Please share this page with as many people as possible. It takes nothing but a few seconds, and it's really for a good purpose, in my opinion. I feel very, very strongly about this, and I want this to become something. I want this to be something big. I want this to be something of positivity, and I want us to find true happiness with each other. You don't have to believe anything. You don't have to have a beard, first of all, in order to follow along. This goes for everybody. I initially was saying that it's to help positively maintain the beard, body, and soul. That can be translated to the beauty, body, and soul for the females, or for people that don't have beards, or the belief, body, and soul. There's so many different ways of going about this. So this is not something that's just for the beards. I've been using the beard kind of as like a symbolic trait, basically. Obviously, it's something that gets people's attention. But there are so many different ways, like you can see on some of my other posts I've already done about the beardisms. It's not about the beard itself. It's actually something that applies to life, or their general statements, but they, can be looked at through the views of what it takes to have this beard, and the effort that it takes to grow a beard like this, and the care that it takes. And it all applies back to just our natural being as well, and the care that we should be taking of ourselves. And there's going to be some hard times on this. We're going to have to face some things that are rough, and that we, don't want to have to admit that are actually there. And we can do that, and it's okay. If we can get through those things and we can clear them, we can move forward from them. And it is just a wide open canvas at that point of what we can become as individuals. So that's kind of in a nutshell of what we're going for here. It is a positivity movement, and it's to refocus and reprioritize ourselves so that we can live a happy and fulfilled life. The happier that we are, the more that it spreads, the happier we are together, the happier that we create other people to be. And there's no end to this. It's something that can constantly be going on. So please come along with me on this ride and on this journey. We can do amazing things together. I truly, truly believe that. And I hope that you believe it too. So here we go. Let's get this thing started.